Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much to the band. That's what Lawrence Welk would have said at the end of that big number. That did sound like a Lawrence Welk song. Good morning, everybody. Podcast media. Yeah, so I checked both mailboxes, and there's no package. So whoever you talked to at the post office lied to you, or didn't do what they said they were going to do, which these days, really, that's surprising. These days, most everything that anybody says they're going to do, they do. Wouldn't you agree, Tom? No. Okay, he wouldn't agree. Tom played the pinball machine. No, he didn't. I lied. He didn't play it yet. I hope he stays strong and doesn't play it now. Let me give some hellos to everybody. Good morning, everybody, and glad that you are here. Welcome to Twitch and YouTube. Welcome to another recording day of Tom and Dan. First person in here was SJ. SJ, thank you for getting the Elgato bulk ordering code. Is there any specific reason why Elgato would make me? Like, if I had money and wanted to buy something, why would they limit me to only 2 cameras? They're not overly expensive cameras. They're not cheap cameras. We've had cheap cameras for the last 10 years. Big Doug is in here. What up, Doug? Hey. Duncan, hello. Shell is always here. What up, Kenny? How you doing, buddy? Melissa, good morning. Keyed Up BDM. Neo Del Rio. Robert is in there. You know, Robert brings me a lot of joy. I try to remember the people in the chat room, like, and who they are. So let's test myself. Shell6969. I always thought her to be a British woman. Okay. Robert, I've always thought to be a gay man.
All right.
SJ, we know SJ. Big Doug. No, I don't think I really know him. Hey, Duncan, what up? Let's see. Kupo's in there. Kupo always has blue, like a blue name, and it's hard to see. Like the blue on a blue black background, it's hard.
We know Kupo, right? He's a BDM, or what's his real name?
I like him. He calls us on our shit. He's, I don't know his real name.
The way you said that, we know Kupo, is like it was a slur.
We know these goddamn Koopa does sound
I like
when
saying
you think
everything like a slur.
Yeah, like Super Mario. These goddamn Koopas. Fucking Koopas at it again. With their I got a couple of shell heads over here. Hey, look, we got a couple of shell heads.
You can make anything into a slur.
You
Every name in the Twitch chat room.
Let's see.
We got a couple of SJs that moved in.
Hey.
Bringing down the property value.
You can't say it good enough, though.
What?
You got to put like a... Say it in your drunky voice. It'll work better.
Yeah, you motherfucker.
What do you mean? That's like...
So...
what happened?
I am going to play the pinball machine, but it'll be the last day we have it on our Twitch meetup with...
you got to try and beat my score that you'll never be able to beat.
So, and we think...
Paloma Blue,
for everybody,
Tracy, hello. Energy Rocks Radio, NRG. Who is that?
Everybody in Twitch, we're thinking about February 21st, 5 to 7. It'll be after the Friday Free Show. And and this is just for everybody that's in the Twitch chat room.
I love it.
This is the easiest way to get an invite. Instead of like us putting out the studio address or whatever, email us, show@TomandDan.com or tom@TomandDan.com. Email us like, hey, I'm in the Twitch chat room. I want to invite to in the studio, the pinball party we're going to do. We'll send you the address. And
this is so complicated. I blacked out there again, right?
But intentionally complicated, though.
It's like getting the instructions. It's like getting the instructions from the stewardess on an airplane. I'm just like, oh my God, just get us in the fucking air.
Our address is 1567 Lake Baldwin Lane. You have to the GPS will take you to the back. Don't park there. You have to park on Lake Baldwin Lane.
Actually, you know what I've been thinking? I don't think there's anybody above us. I'm gonna start parking like I live here.
No, there's people.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Is there a baby? We usually have babies upstairs, which made me think.
Didn't you hear them running all morning?
Yeah, but I don't. But there's no like real furniture in there. It's like a human trafficking. It's like a landing spot for human trafficking. It's like they get the babies there, they just let them run around a little bit until they can move them on to the next location.
I want one of two scenarios to happen. One, you have so many people that there's a line out the door to play pinball.
I'm gonna start doing this to our guests. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. This is what I'm gonna start doing. This is what I'm gonna start doing to our guests.
No,
hold
we're just inviting the Twitch. There's not that many people in there.
No, but I would love if for some reason the word got out and you had just a line around so people could only do. They can't even do a full 3-ball game.
Look at
they
the
can
respect.
only do one.
Look up there to see the respect that I have for Kenny. That's how I'm gonna start running the camera on Kenny.
Well, I just talked to Andrew, who from the pinballdudes.net.
I'm addicted to it. I can't even talk about this pinball thing.
He's bringing more pinball machines.
Yeah.
He wanted to bring 4 of them, set them up outside. And I was like, calm
outside
down.
pinball? Dude, the wine bar's right there. We could partner with Golden Hour. I'm not kidding. I'll talk to Golden Hour. We can shut down. I wonder if they'll allow us to shut down the street. Just one little area of it.
So I either
I
want
could put cones out there. What are they going to do? My wife wanted to do that. What would you say to my wife?
The police will come knock them down.
What would you say to my wife who said that she will she's going to just start putting cones wherever she wants to park and just that's how she's living her
If
life?
you have one of those bright yellow high-vis vests, you could probably just stand there
Yeah.
too and like wave people
Tom
away.
and Dan dry fit shirt. Remember
there it
those? Remember those? Whose idea was that?
That was Tony Palmiot.
So I either
Was
want it
that
to be
his?
like
Yeah.
overly
This is the last
packed
thing he did before he
out
quit
the
show.
door, or I only want one person to show up and it's just you two and just EJ there, or not EJ because he knows you, but like just
Well,
one.
EJ doesn't want you there.
Just
so.
one random Twitch listener like playing pinball awkwardly. You're just staring at him.
See, that's better because I could super serve the one guy who showed up.
He loves a personal
I'll sta-
storytelling.
Yeah. I'll stand there and just talk to that person.
Private storyteller.
They'll get
Storytell for money.
all of me, and then I'll.
Take all of me.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go John Legend. All of me.
Oh, that's a good song.
Services all of
you. I'm telling you another grave digger story.
See,
Did you know I used to jump into boxes?
I don't care
pretty
who
good.
shows up. In fact, the less people, the more personalized experience you'll get.
I'll give you a drunk.
And then if it's nobody, I'll be great. I'll go home.
I'll give you drunk.
The worst case would be too many people, and then they'd be screaming, "Who planned this? What the fuck? Like, why did you do this?" That happened one time in Sanford, and then there's a shit ton of people that, like hundreds, that could not get into the show, and they just had to leave. And then we tried to do a makeup party. It wasn't as good.
Let me tell you something about that. The mega party. Let me tell you about that whole thing. Some people, like we went out there, we're like, oh, I didn't care.
What do you mean?
We went outside, we're like, oh, we're so sorry. Oh, I didn't care.
No, you did. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't care. Not even
you
one
did.
second.
Don't lie.
All of my bumbles and van.
I just like being funny, and it's not funny to care, and I did care. Yeah, it bothers the hell out of me. Like even the fact that you bringing it up made me make a joke about it because it makes me uncomfortable. That's how I'm so triggery.
Hey, did you guys know you did an event and then a week later a football player got shot?
Oh, yeah. We're doing another one there.
Yeah, we're doing another one there.
Tank Dell. Every time I see Tank Dell,
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, where'd he get shot?
I think about him getting shot at TomandDanLive.
Me too.
And then I'm like, what are the chances? I'm like, this fucking guy that is on my fantasy
I think about
team.
you drunk at Cabana
And then
Live,
this-
talking on the microphone. That's what I think about. And I'm like, oh, man.
That
And
was
then
because
I can't even watch those videos.
I'd stopped drinking up until that day, and then the fucking Eric Rodriguez is giving me
yeah.
shots. That motherfucker.
Crazy millionaire. You, like, I can't watch those videos. They're too far for even me.
There's videos of it.
Oh,
I've never
yeah.
seen. I've never seen
Oh,
the
there's
video.
tons of SJ's got a whole SJ. Put it in the chat room.
No, don't put that in.
No, don't link it. But like, yes or no? If you like, I'm very certain that SJ had video of that, and I said, no, you're good. You can just.
And
hold
then
on.
of all the
squeezing.
people to shatter their leg and potentially miss all of next season, the same dude that got shot at Cabana Live.
No, I know. Yeah,
right,
yeah. Bad
right.
luck.
Well, the
Same dude.
gunshot wound weakened the leg, is what they say.
Meanwhile, Ricky Pearsall of the Niners, the gunshot wound strengthened him.
Yeah. What was a magic bullet? Would you like to start? Do we know where we're going here?
I have no idea.
Okay, I like that.
I actually have nothing, so I'm gonna.
I have
depend on
nothing.
you.
Hold on, I have a
Shit.
little something. I have a little something. Would you like to
But
start?
once we start, lots of things will come up.
Come up, yeah. That's the way it works. That's the way it begins.
No plan van.
All right. Would you like to bring start us?
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is a
This is Thursday 1.
Thursday 1. Here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and we are live on YouTube. Just search at Tom and Dan Live. Getting a lot of comments over there. We have like different collections, cartoons, shorts, all kinds of crazy stuff you can watch. Just search at Tom and Dan Live, like, and subscribe.
Also, become a subscriber of ours. That's what we call BDMs.
Yes.
And
Best darn members.
you can do that at TomandDan.com. It's super easy to do. You click on the amount you want to pay a month. It's up to you. And when you're a BDM, we send you an invite to a private party, like the one we do at the end of BDM Appreciation.
We got one in April, right?
In April, yep. And you'll get an invite for you and a guest through your email, and that's for BDMs only. And you'll also be able to get the $5 BDM shirt that we do for BDM Appreciation. And we're working on that currently, and working on some other, like I want to do a Mr. B style golden ticket.
You do like some terrible tasting chocolate that's like plastic?
Yeah, I've always wanted.
What do you want to do? You want to do a Lunchable, Tom and Dan Lunchable?
Yeah,
Is that what we're doing? What would we
Yeah.
put in the Tom and Dan Lunchable? Well, first of all, it'd have to have, like, for you, it'd have to have a little jar of protein. For me, it'd have to have some barbecue potato chips in there.
I would say snack and sausage.
Snack and sausage would be good in there. What kind of drink? It definitely Diet Mountain Dew. Got a little Diet Mountain Dew in there.
It has to come in a bag. A gift bag.
They just took Lunchables out of the school systems, and
they were in the school systems.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Lunchables were ever in the school systems.
Yeah, they were in the school systems, and as like some sort. I mean, I don't know how many or whatever.
Is
but
this RFK? Is he taking away my Lunchables?
They took them out.
Give me them back.
Because they started going over all the garbage that's in them, and there's not really even real food.
No.
And then I'm like, I feed my son.
yeah, I do too. I do too. Have you seen Maisie dance? Have you seen her dance?
Yeah.
Last night she came to me and she told me, she goes, I'm learning how to one-leg shuffle in tap dance. I'm like, that's amazing. I'm like, what are you powered by? And she goes, Lunchables, baby. That's what she said, Lunchables. She's sponsored by Lunchables.
Nice.
And then
the only thing Maisie eats, Lunchables and candy, and she is stronger than any child. Show me another child
This
strong.
may be more of a Tom and I thing, but I remember when Lunchables advanced from just the crackers and the thin cheese and meat to like the pizza.
No. I never got those.
With the
that was
little
before my
plastic
time.
stick.
Yeah.
I screamed out, you think you're better than me at schools? I'm still going to send my son Lunchables, and he's going to eat them at school. Your face.
Here's a fun tip. If you buy your own lunch meat, you can use a shot glass to cut your own small bolognas.
And then I thought, this is the work of some paranoid moms that banded together.
I didn't know Lunchables were in the school system, so you're giving me new knowledge that I did not have.
About healthier foods in the school system or whatever. And I always laugh because I'm like, one meal a day, they go home, they eat garbage. You are not doing anything. Right? That's how it is.
I mean, there are those kids.
I mean, the people that care, like, they're sending their kid to school with their lunch.
With a good lunch, yeah.
Like,
we pack May's lunch.
The people that are buying their lunch at school, like, you want to ultra healthy, no Lunchables? Like, when they go home, garbage.
Yeah.
They're eating Skittles.
Yeah, well, she begs for Lunchables, too, because they're engineered to make you beg for Lunchables.
How you doing, Kitty?
I'm doing well.
Kenny Samsel here, everybody. Did we even introduce you?
No,
I
just started
hold
talking.
on.
They know his voice already.
I'll give you a blast.
And if
Welcome
you're
to
on
the
Twitch,
show.
you see me wearing something insane. You guys know.
No, your hair. I was going to question. Your hair is looking way too tame.
I didn't put any product in it. That's why.
No, but there's no coloring. There's no skunk stripe. Or what
I'm
happened?
hitting the
here?
reset
You got cord?
button. I'm waiting for later, and I'll be putting some color in it. Don't you worry.
I'm growing mine out. I'm not getting my hair cut anymore.
Nice.
Not my face hair, not my head hair, nor my genitals hair.
You're gonna look like Ryan Fitzpatrick, which is the beard going down your
No,
belly.
his is actually trimmed. I'm going for homeless.
Oh, all right.
I told Daniel, like, we need this as we transition.
You did tell me this at the beer fest.
Into the in phase of our careers, the next 15 years or so.
The coffin years.
Daniel will get crazier and grow his hair out big, white
Ted
beard.
Kaczynski, Unabomber style.
Yeah.
You need
Which
to
is
do it
kind of what I'm going for.
so much to where everyone gets used to it, and then the final year you shave it all off and you look like 2000 Daniel.
Yeah,
with
I
just
do
the,
like Nikocado avocado 2 steps ahead. I do the whole thing. Yeah, they're like, what? What was he doing?
Planned all along.
He's crazy.
Going back to sharing foods and stuff, well, the Lunchables, I remember my elementary school, you couldn't share foods. Like, even if you had like a bag of Doritos, you can do it. The very first detention I ever got was because I got caught sharing a bag of Doritos with everyone.
It's the only thing that EJ never got in trouble for.
No.
the sharing food.
But
I think that they stopped that because my son shares food all the time at lunch. He tells me, he's like, I tried this for
was
this.
in the 90s.
My mom and dad were real big, and my dad especially was real big on, and I know kids do this. Your boys probably do this, like trading. My dad did not want me to trade, and I feel like trading is a lifelong child. It's like some of your first instances of business, right? Like trading.
Yeah, it makes you understand value.
Yeah, and I remember my mom and dad, like they were adamant about me not taking any, like all my friends would take like a G.I. Joe to school and trade it and stuff like that. And so I started to be adamant about that with Maisie, but I just and she's always coming home telling me like, I traded this squishy for this squishable. I traded this piece of my lunch for a Slim Jim. I traded this candy. I traded a Twix for like a bracelet. Like she's always trading. I gave up.
You need to learn how to trade.
I figured you would agree with. It's one of the one things that I do parenting that I thought you would agree with is I am hands off. It is a free market in the Dennis household. If you want to trade, unlike my father and mother, trade away. I was not allowed. Like, I had so many G.I. Joes, so many toys, Transformers, all this kind of stuff I wanted to take to school and trade. I just wanted to try and get that. Like, I never forget. I wanted to trade my buddy Jeremy Shanley for his Storm Shadow, who was Snake Eyes' brother, like the bad guy. And couldn't trade.
Maisie's totally the type of child that will do I have a paper clip and I'm going to get my way to a brand new car and then do the thing where you just trade something
little by little.
She brings home good stuff, too. Like, it's not crap stuff. Like, she brings home, she also has, like, one kid. She has, like, a kid now, and tell me how you would handle this. She has a kid now that is, like, obsessed with her. It's like another girl that's obsessed with her. Okay. That every morning, like, brings her some sort of, like, amazing prize.
Oh, single white female.
Yeah, it is kind of like that.
Well, that happens with the kids.
I just let it go. I'm like, hey, free market. You do whatever you want. Gave her a jet ski this morning. It was crazy. I mean, it's a 2022, but yeah, it's still pretty good.
Something popped in my head. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it. I love tangenting.
So I was browsing Netflix documentaries with Crystal last night because we couldn't figure out what to watch.
That's a sign of a failing marriage.
It ended up on Alone. By the way, every marriage is failing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's like an airplane. It's like an airplane in the sky. It is falling the entire time. You just going somewhere, but it's also falling. That's just physics.
You just wanted to land without a fiery explosion.
You're right. They're all failing. You just don't want it to blow up.
Like it can't go on forever. No, your life will end. Yeah. So it's like in one of you. Very rarely you both die together.
I'm gonna make sure of it.
I'll call that a fail.
That's all I can say, but I am going to make sure of that.
Anyway, back to documentaries. So we're looking, and then I see some documentary. God, I forgot what it was called, but it's about.
Didn't you just say it was called Alone?
You said it was called Alone.
No. Everybody knows Alone.
Yeah, you and I are the same. Yeah, I was like, this guy.
Everybody knows Alone. That stupid,
I don't
Alaska.
know Alone. I don't know Alone.
You go survive in
You're
Alaska
obsessed
alone.
with watching things about people being alone. Why don't you just go be alone?
I don't like being alone. So
you want what you can't have,
I know.
Dan.
The documentary was about this guy that is trying to extend his life as long as possible.
Oh, is this the guy who sees his son as no longer his son, but as his partner in life?
I don't know.
He's getting like the weird blood transfusions from his son. That guy's a whack-a-nut.
there's a lot of these people, and there's a whole social movement about biohacking and stuff. But this guy, he's a famous influencer, and
does he look like a vampire with slick back hair?
I believe so.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
But he's
gross.
He just in the Netflix like trailer to when you go on it, and we were watching it, and it's like 4:30. He wakes up, and then he does some sort of crazy. He puts some like audio in his ears to stimulate his brain, and then puts a mask on.
Yeah.
That hits his face with infrared light.
Gotta
Anyway,
get the infrared light to light up my face.
he was going through a list, an insane list of like. I mean, it must have been 50 things he does before lunch.
I think it's more.
Like
I know what you're talking about.
The exercise, the stretching, he does like every small, minute micro transaction to extend his life. The nutrition. I mean, he's eating everything out of a metal, drinking metal cups and stuff. I'm sure that's because of like plastic leaching and so
of course, yeah. Letter of the law, everything.
He is doing every tip and trick, ice bath, infrared sauna, the lights, the sounds.
I thought this was the guy getting blood
sleep.
transfusions from his own son.
Yeah, and I think
and
he was
nuts.
And he was doing the opposite, where he's also like giving his son part of his because he's like, oh, I've already conditioned my body, so I want to give that to my kid.
Yeah. It's wild.
I wonder if it is the same person.
Look up Netflix, how to live forever documentary or some shit. Ooh, I did it. Damn it! I'm sorry. I cursed.
You know what? I know what you're thinking. In these moments, there would be a, hey, you do it too. I will not be that person. I will not be that person.
I've gotten bleeped out once.
So
it happens. It happens when you're like having fun.
So I was looking at this and I was laughing because like the guy does such like his entire job in life and everything, all his time is consumed with all these micro things that is supposed to extend
this
his
is
life.
the guy. I don't think he looks that great for all the stuff he's doing.
Let's play the trailer just so you could see the ridiculous
let me see here.
What the hell was that? It was like someone having a seizure.
Yeah, well, it's a wacky. I mean, this guy he's out there, man.
As a species, we accept our inevitable decay, decline, and death. I want to argue that the opposite should be true. My name is Brian Johnson. I've been spending millions of dollars creating an anti-aging protocol. I take 54 pills, red light therapy, plasma exchanges, and I'm going to be injected with my first gene therapy. Thanks, Doc. I'm trying to be on the outermost edge of possibility for the science.
We publish all of his biometric data online.
The only thing I can think of right now in watching this is that tiny ponytail when they had his hair braided. How stupid!
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, this guy's a psycho.
So when he described his routine, his daily routine, I laughed because I was like, you want to live longer to keep doing this? Like that's essentially
that is
the paradox of it.
That's the big argument, right?
He's doing all this work to stay young, but he's never going to enjoy being young because all he's doing is working.
to live longer.
Unless he is so absolutely fulfilled from what he's doing in this, right?
Now,
yeah, but
and I can't argue that for him.
But if he
would
has an end goal, he will never reach that end goal unless the end goal is just work, which doesn't make any sense.
Well, he has to know it's open-ended, right? Like he has to know that he's
his
just
end
trying to
goal
be
is
the best at it.
But what's the point of staying young if you can't enjoy the fact that you are young? It's like, I don't have any kids, so what's the point? I mean, I'm not like blowing through all my money, but what's the point of me like saving hundreds of thousands of dollars? When I'm dead, I can't use it. Like, what's the point of me saving it?
We
if
were
I can't
just
spend
talking
it?
about this last week.
Of course, yeah.
Tom was just talking about this. He saw it with his grandfather. I saw it with my parents and their parents.
Now, you guys have kids, so that's different. You guys want to obviously save
old
for
is
them.
this guy?
but-
Nah, that has nothing to do with it. I mean, like, in fact, I think like they'll get the house, whatever, like the stuff, they'll sell that off. I actually don't really want them to get a huge influx of cash
my
when I
parents
die.
didn't really like it. There was no propping up.
Unless So-
I made myself, and then
If they're in their if I look out and they're in their 40s or older, then that will actually be good for them, because then you can have more money for their retirement or whatever. But if I think giving anybody in their 20s a giant amount of money is
he's
if
40,
they're not
so
responsible.
he's my age.
Yeah. So
all right. Well, here's what I would say. I prefer looking as I look than the way I think he looks insane. Like when I look at him, I know what he's going for, and I'm not even going to argue like the fact that it's smooth and whatever, lean and muscle, whatever. That's fine. He looks crazy. That's not a good look.
So, and he's just, seeing how long he can live, and there's people who think you could live to 130, 140 by doing this. Now, good for him. He is actually helping humanity because he's doing a giant human experiment on himself, which you'll garner a lot of info
like
from
his hair is wild. That's the weird part, is his hair looks like straw.
But the greater question is, what is life mean? Just being alive doesn't necessarily, to me, really mean anything.
No.
It's like how you enjoy your life, or
experiences.
But that's all different for everybody, I guess. But it's like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't argue that. Like, if he were to tell me, hey, I'm obsessed with this because I get full, complete, and utter fulfillment out of this quest, then I'm
maybe,
all right, dude.
Maybe that is his end game, is I want to be the human guinea pig, so that way future generations can live longer, so they can experience whatever they want to experience without a shorter time frame.
Let's approach it from another side, though, because in the chat room, Jen just said something interesting. She said he's rich. Well, from that perspective, then, we'll never really understand it, because our perspective of day-to-day life, our struggles, you know what I mean? Maybe he's just bored, and then he landed on this.
Yeah.
That's Tom's theory.
That's what it seems like.
No one else could do this because he's investing an insane amount of money. And I'm not saying that this is, but
maybe nothing will fulfill this guy.
I laugh because it's the crazy amount of stuff you have to do every day to live longer is just to do that same stuff every day. You know what I'm saying? It's like perpetual, like where you look back at your life, like, okay, you lived to 130, but what did you do?
Well, here's the question then. So
did you enjoy your life, or did you just try to extend it, and then because you can't live forever,
right? So
you will die.
So you watched this with Crystal. Did they give any inkling that he has a hobby, that there's any time for something that you like, what you're referencing, like the thing that
is he spending time with his kids?
like what
I don't
in this
think he has kids.
he's a son. But in this documentary, though, do they show him like ever doing anything fun?
Yeah, is he having a glass of wine, or
I don't think he would have a glass of wine. That's the worst thing you could do.
That takes away like 5 infrared.
No, I'm with Tom on this. I think this guy, it's like we used to have a joke. We used to know these people that were like gay for business. We'd say that because we used to know guys that would literally not go back to their homes. They would sleep in their office. They're sleep in their office. One of these guys used to work for Orlando City Soccer. He'd sleep in his office, never go home. Always doing work. Like, it was crazy.
The most successful people in the world are addicted to success. Taylor Swift is addicted to success. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Like Tom Brady was addicted to success.
Weirdos.
The bodybuilders, the best at any sport, the best at anything, they're addicted to it. And we don't look at addiction as negative if it benefits you to become the best, although it does do the similar things, which is it robs the rest of your life because you're focused on one thing. So it's in balance.
Yeah.
But that's what you have to do to be the best. There's no balance.
I am like 99% sure we talked about this exact same subject the last time I was in
Oh,
here.
really?
About bodybuilders being like addicted to bodybuilding.
It's
and
weird.
Whether it's good or not.
I do that, and I'm like, I think we talked about this before, and this whole show is becoming one.
But the fact that it was with
triggers
me
me.
here, it's like, wait, am I bringing out?
You are
when
I see you trigger bodybuilder thoughts in my brain. That's what happens to me.
It's just like
Do you admire this guy, or do you not admire this guy, or are you somewhere in the middle?
I'm right here, Dan.
Oh no, nobody admires you, Kenny. Like, no, I admire you.
I see the BBM
Actually, I
page.
made you a song. Hold on, I didn't even play it here.
Kenny the pervert. Kenny the pervert. What? Kenny the pervert. Ew. Kenny
It's just like, that's it. It's just like a little, you know, it's just like a little.
I love that the backup. I love this
Yeah.
background story that the backup guys have no idea who I am. So when the main dude yells that I'm a pervert, they're like, "What?"
Yeah. Well, I was putting in my prompts, and I wanted the black guy's reaction. So the hype man to here, just check it out. Like, listen, the ew is the best one.
Well, it's because they understood.
Can't eat a pervert. What? Can't eat a pervert. Ew. Can't eat a pervert.
It's the rule of threes. The first time they say it, they're like, "Wait, what was that?" The second time he said it, he goes, "Wait, are you kidding me? This guy?" And then the third time they say it, they're like, "Ew, ew."
Anyway,
so
yeah.
Kenny, what have you been up
Speaking
to?
of bodybuilding, I had a little bit of a stolen valor moment,
What?
and I'll explain why.
You've been stealing valor again?
I was at a bar, a local establishment you guys do.
I've been
that
telling
serves
everyone
food.
I was at January 6th.
That's
So-
old news.
No, but then I got pardoned, and everybody's like,
Oh, okay,
"Oh,
perfect.
really? What's that like?" I go, "I don't know yet. I'm still waiting to."
You can't be tried for it
Yeah,
again.
got to get it in the mail.
So I'm at the bar, and it's a place that serves food, so I'm eating wings and everything, and guy to my left wants to argue with guy to my right, and I guess the guy it was one of those where one person was bothering a bunch of ladies who clearly were rejecting him, but he kept going it, and the other person was like,
You dumb whore!
it's like, I'm going to stand up for him. And it did the whole thing where one person goes, "What the F are you looking at?" And then the other one.
People do that still?
Oh, yeah. Well, my
what
God.
are
yeah.
you looking at?
You get a bunch of like aggro bros. And I'm in the middle just minding my own business, eating my damn hot
What
wings.
flavor wings are you eating, Kenny?
These were some spicy garlic.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty
Did we
saucy.
say that? Did you say that?
I did not, because I didn't want to sully the establishment's name, because it is not indicative of the people that are there.
Buffalo Wild Wings,
No,
Froggers.
no.
Papa Bees,
You guys
Ale House.
you guys have had an event there.
Mellow Mushroom,
No.
Wings.
Hooters, Wing House.
It might have involved a shirtless Ross.
Oh, Johnny's
Yeah,
other side.
there it is.
Johnny's other side.
Okay,
Yeah.
It was the fill-in station, actually, like
Okay.
the main building. So I'm there, and of course, with the "what the F are you looking at?" and the guy was like, "I saw how you were treating those girls." They both stood up, and they're both converging on me since I was right in the middle, and the shoving commences.
Let's beat up this gay guy.
So they start shoving each other.
Like, why would they
like,
do that? Why would they choose to do that?
Stools start getting tipped over or whatever, and me being in the
Ew.
middle, like,
Ew, that
I'm
phrasing.
I'm also pissed off because, again, I'm trying to enjoy my wings. So I get up and I immediately do I grab one person, I yell to knock it off. I say it's not worth
You
it.
said
I'm
knock
literally
it off? Oh my God, you're old now, Kenny.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I knew I was old.
Knock it off.
So I'm separating them, and they're obviously still trying to attack each other and fight. There are some punches thrown, but I'm doing the thing where like I'm actually holding a dude back.
Guys, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
I work with drone pilots, guys.
Now I'm getting like sauce or wing sauce all over these guys' shirts and
Oh
whatever,
my
they don't
God.
care.
And
So
they were wearing white tuxedos.
so they get kicked out, obviously, or whatever. Well, people who
Who
were
kicked them out?
the guy at the bar and like other not that they have bouncers there, but like the other
Yeah.
bar backs and stuff were
Like
able
roving
to get in.
bikers that will help
And
out.
and so they shoved them all out. But the stolen valor part
Hey
comes
man, I
in.
didn't even get to hear the song on Touch Tunes I played.
So a bunch of other people who kind of saw that the fight was going on saw that I didn't get kicked out, but I was kind of like in there.
Yeah.
And they're doing the thing where it's the game of telephone where they're like, "Oh yeah, they were protecting some ladies, like they were trying to stand up for their rights."
He's actually a lady. Those bikers are protecting him. Yeah, he's a female drone pilot.
So a bunch of people who came up and were like second hearing the stories, they're like, "Hey man, thanks for doing that. Like you're really like," they were buying me drinks, they're like buying me shots because
See that
they
guy
thought
in the
that
pink
I was.
shirt?
They thought that I had beaten up the dudes that got kicked out because they were harassing the ladies, and here I am, all Mr.
that guy
Hero,
over there?
trying to protect them or whatever. But people didn't realize. So
See that tall guy in the pink shirt? That's Goge Batase from the Orlando Magic.
You do look like Goga a little bit.
if I grew out my hair, I definitely would.
You should grow your hair out and be the Tom and Dan Goga Batase.
All right, I'll do that, and I'll just like awkwardly smile at every photo.
Yeah, I love Goga.
But anyway, yeah, so I got some stolen valor because I didn't correct them to say, like, no, I didn't start the fight. I just, separating them. I was
were
just
they
getting,
hot ladies?
I was
or
getting
they,
free shots.
Or were they grade A,
Oh, at Johnny's, it's some
Yeah.
nice ladies at Johnny's.
soft tail pigs?
Why would you say that?
I was trying to think of a. You know what a soft tail is, right? You get it right on the back, right on the back of it.
So I feel like that stolen valor is totally fine.
All right, I got the Tom seal of approval.
Yeah. Now, did the guys know that it was? Did they hang around outside to wait for you to come out? Were you worried about that at all?
No, because I'm pretty sure they were afraid that cops were going to get called and they would have to deal with that.
Gotcha.
And so I was like, I didn't really care about that. I was just enjoying all the free drinks and the attention.
I had a gentleman say he was going to wait for me outside one time as I was running my mouth, and he waited there until close. And so I slept inside the building. Just slept right there.
Imagine being so mad that you're willing to waste an hour of your night standing outside an establishment
a lot of
to
people
beat
will
up
do
someone.
it. A lot of people will. Like, we live in a time now where people do. I feel like there is an addiction to anger.
You would think after an hour it'd cool off, though.
I don't know.
I think that
Most people are reasonable, but there are the outliers that, just they can't take it anymore. They're freaking out.
It's funny because it happens in the car a lot. I was like walking across the street to my truck, and I had like all my pants and shoes and stuff in my hands.
He's doing the walk of shame. He's like carrying his underwear
because I have to change in here to work out, and then I just.
Why do you go in the bathroom to change? Let's address something. I look at this no different than a locker room. Feel free to walk around naked around me. We might as well be family members.
It's the webcams, I think.
Yeah, you might as well be family members. You can walk around out here. Don't worry about it.
You guys were at hedonism together.
Yeah, that's true. No, we were not. I went to the first one. He wasn't there. Then I didn't want to fly anymore. I was really afraid of flying. And I'd gone the first time and just saw a bunch of fat people naked. I'm like, this is
I've seen it.
I was like, do you do the radio show I was on? It's like, do you want to go and see all these fat guys naked again? I'm like, no, I do not.
So the street in front of our studio, it's
busy.
It is busy, but it's a neighborhood street. It's not 436 or something. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like
tough. It's mean streets.
It's not like
it's 2 lanes lined by a bunch of trees and parallel parked cars.
It's very much like the corner of Crenshaw and Slauson in inner city L.A.
I would count it as a residential street, right? And in residential streets, I feel like it's okay. Like, and this happens all the time where someone's walking across the street and then I'll slow down to let them pass. And then, there is some crosswalks, but it's just, fine.
I don't really have crosswalks here because I feel like they think it breaks up the way it looks. And that's dumb. But, we don't have a lot of crosswalks around here.
So I was just walking across, and I was walking slowly because I had a pile of my shoes on top, my keys, my glasses.
Holding your underwear.
And then I'm walking slowly, and then this lady, now, if I knew she was coming.
Well, she spat out, didn't she?
No, she was going, but I was assumed that she just slowed down when she saw me. Right?
Did you drop your panties?
No, so I was walking, and I do complain about people that walk slowly across the street, and like it's their world, and they don't care.
Yeah, but normally you say their nationality. I hear you when you say that. Yeah.
Well, some tend to do it more than others.
I know.
Anyway,
and then you use names in the Twitch chat. Look at those SJs crossing the street again.
Look at them go.
And so I was walking across, and then so she had to slow down, and she honked the horn at me.
Yeah.
And
she
when
doesn't like people working out.
When she honked, I usually don't do this. I stopped and I looked straight at her eyes.
Oh, you did? Yeah, dude. That's a big deal for him. That's a big deal. You did?
Because I was like,
you didn't tell me about this.
I was like, what?
I've never been more proud of him.
Because it's in Tom's nature to do that. Oh, sorry.
I am so happy. You made my Wednesday, man.
I'm getting grumpier.
Yeah, he came in really grumpy.
Yeah.
Did you notice I left you alone?
Well, because the smoothie place is closed. It's 8 o'clock, and then I went back at 8:10, still closed. And I was like, God damn it, get to work on time.
Do you want to tell Kitty about why you've been grumpy lately? You had a bad breakfast. You know what he ate for breakfast? Circa 2003, Tom. He ate an Italian sub for breakfast. Why did you choose Italian sub?
No, it was a wrap, and it was the only thing they had. That was supposed to be my lunch.
You ate a pepperoni and spicy pickle sub.
Point being is this old lady saw a guy holding stuff crossing the street. She was going, and
this guy just wants to better himself and do a little exercise.
No, it was. And she just had to minorly slow down. Like, she did have to change her speed, granted. But she honked at me?
Yeah.
What kind of D-head?
Was she really going to be like, you need to use a crosswalk, sir?
She was honking because she was like, how dare you make me slow down a little in this residential neighborhood as you walk across the street. Like, I wanted to shame her a little bit and look at her and be like, wait, what the hell?
No, but I've seen you without
lady,
your
you got nowhere to
glasses.
go.
I have seen you without your glasses magoo your way across the road where maybe you stepped out. Are you sure you did step out in front of her? Like, you're sure?
No.
Okay, I'm just saying, 'cause there have
she
been
did have to
times-
slow down. I saw her coming, and I'm like, she's going to have to slow down for me, but she should have to because
Right.
it's a
Right.
residential
Man,
neighborhood.
If you
It's fine.
wanted more of the passive aggressiveness, I really would have hoped as you're crossing and she honks, it startles you, quote unquote, and you throw your clothes in the air and it lands all
That's
over
pretty
her
funny.
car.
Yeah.
And then you have to be, do the thing where like your wife scared you with the spider in the fridge.
Yeah, I am proud of you though. That's good. That's a good start.
Now, an overly aggressive person would have done the move where they slap the top of the car.
No, it's
I've
like
seen that move
the
before.
overly aggressive. There is a midpoint where you and I were walking that one time, and that guy didn't stop at the crosswalk at Publix, and he had his window down, and I yelled at his window, "There's people walking here."
Yeah. I
You
saw
don't
that,
like
yeah.
that, do you?
I felt bad for that guy because he did it by accident.
Yeah.
Like, this lady purposely saw me and then just like, oh,
Yeah.
you're causing me to slow down, honk.
So how did you know he did it by accident? You just did the calculations.
Well, because he almost hit us, and I don't think he looked. So it was
Yeah, but he
like-
should have looked. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
just
yeah.
drive through a crosswalk. Is my point.
No, you're right. But if it's by accident, I give you a pass.
My point
purpose,
is, how
I
do
get
you do
mad.
the micro calculations to know if they're doing it right or wrong?
Sorry, it reminded me of one. If you look up, Dan, it's called Karate Chop Road Rage Miami. It was one of those where it was a road rage incident, and the guy got out of his car, and instead of just doing, like, Tom, the normal slap or the punch or whatever, he runs and does, like, a hi-ya jump and
I've seen
karate
this
chop
guy.
to knock off the side mirror or
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
That's a move, like to knock off the mirror. I've never been mad enough to do that.
It seems like he had that in mind, and he was
Crazy
just
Miami
waiting.
road rage.
Okay, yeah, I like this guy. I've seen this guy a couple times. I like it.
He
With,
gets some good. Well,
I like
not
this
good
guy's
article.
move actually.
See, but this is the someone that knows their rights could possibly shoot you through their window and then claim that you are attacking them.
Oh,
and then,
absolutely.
And
If
then
you
maybe get off the fact that you broke their car. You'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, and then there's evidence
He
of
doesn't do the jump karate chop until after he gets like a water bottle thrown at him. So I think he had it locked and loaded that, I'm going to wait till they make the first move, then I'm going to karate chop.
Yeah, I don't do much in cars anymore after that guy up here in front of
La Fiesta.
Yeah, guy just got like it was literally like the dude just honked his horn and was like, "Hey, lady," and she just gets out and shoots him dead. I'm like, okay, well, we don't need to yell at anybody in traffic. Just
I know that
important.
the videos are fake, but we were joking around Tom running out of there with the clothes in his arms. It's always the thing where it's like the guy's cheating or whatever, the girl's cheating, and the guy ends up having to like climb out the window naked but holding all of his clothes because the boyfriend's coming back. I know that those videos are fake, but that has to have happened once in life, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where someone had to run out the back door like naked holding their clothes in order to sneak out because the husband came home.
For sure. And in fact, have you ever seen that video of the lady that fell through the top of a car? I mean, it is violent. And that was a situation where she was sneaking out the window of like some guy she was cheating with, and the wife got home, and then she fell from the window and she landed ass first on the top of a car. Like, she probably broke her spine. She landed so hard it like dented in the top. But there's been
I know it's in Tom's algorithm.
it's a famous video of a lady.
What is
it's
she
like
doing
surveillance footage of.
I've seen the ones where the
lady-
guy is naked dangling from the balcony because he was trying to escape. That one seemed at least a little real. Either that or imagine being the downstairs neighbor and you just look out your window and you just see like a dong just like right in your face from a dude dangling.
Yeah,
from
full
above.
Django. You got it right there.
I've told the story before, but my buddy, the Wizard, one time in high school, was the quintessential hooking up with a girl in her house, and like her parents are home.
Wait, is this falling through the Miami sub ceiling again?
No.
No,
This is the hiding in the closet. This is the R. Kelly where like all of a sudden the dad was coming upstairs. She's like, quick, hide in the closet. And he had to hide in the closet, and he was looking through the slats.
Oh, my God.
And then the dad comes in with tiny whities, and he's like, what? He's like, did I hear someone in here? And she's like, no, Dad, whatever. He's like, and he has his shirt off.
Oh, my God. He
Like
got the stereotype. He got the Captain Lou Albano comes in here. It's your boyfriend in here.
And I was like, oh, this only happens in movies.
Yeah.
I remember, and like he climbed through a window.
I do remember, and I don't know if I've ever told this part of the story, but like back when I was like, there was a time, and I think I've told the story on the show before, where I really wanted that Panasonic video camera that would record to cassette tapes. It was called a PXL 2000, I think, 3000, PXL 3000, something like that. But I wanted it so bad, and it was like the first time I was ever actively trying to find the Christmas gifts within my home, right? And I remember getting into my parents' closet and then hearing them come home and pulling my dad's closet shut and staying in there. And it was terrifying. You know, like it's one of those things where it's like it's not like it is.
Is it a closet that had like the slats?
Yeah,
so you
it
like
was the 70s, 80s style, and they all go down.
and you have the, but you like
You can
the,
only
the
see
little bit
down.
of daylight shines directly on your eyes.
Yeah, like you can only look down. Like, so you can only see like feet.
Yeah.
You know, like our bottom portions of things, you know, like it's like the bottom portion moving all the way up.
Night vision cameras, that was like a mid 2000s technology that never really took off after that.
Yeah.
Where it's just all green and black night vision.
I remember.
Paris Hilton made that famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Getting like the first like mini where were
Mini
those-
TV.
mini
I had
TV,
that. I had one that had night
handheld
vision. Yeah.
cameras, and then one of the features was night vision. And I remember it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you get night vision.
I'm
with
like, I'm
this?
just like the military, man.
Well, and then
Goddamn
people
Green Beret.
people discovered that if you use night vision, but it was like full bright, that sometimes you could see through clothing.
Yeah. And you can see the veins on big naturals.
All right, I'm glad that. Yeah.
I was waiting
That's
for
a
We
thing.
have a gentleman here,
I was waiting
and
for
you
what
could
the
see the
nerve.
veins on big naturals.
I'm just
yes, you could, Winston Churchill. The way he said it.
I'm just remembering what I remember.
I know, but the way you said it was just so eloquent. What else have you been up to, buddy?
So Dan, every time I got an MRI yesterday, and
Oh,
all I could
God.
think about is your impersonation of the MRI machine.
What'd you get an MRI for?
Pinched nerve in my neck, so I got like and then okay, so this one I was at, it also had like the emergency broadcast system, like
Okay, you gotta hear a little bit of something. I gotta tell you.
yeah, and then it'll be like
I can hear nothing. Anything that dumb lady tells me, I don't know what the hell you're saying.
and then in the middle of it it'll go quiet, and then it will startle you with like the
Yeah, super loud.
for no reason whatsoever. They didn't give me, normally they give me like music options to listen to, but they didn't give me any music. They were just like, nope, you got to suffer through the silence and the crazy noise.
Have you seen one without all the plastic and like seen what how fast it's spinning?
Yeah, it'll terrify you. There's a reason they put that plastic on there is to make you like. If they don't have the plastic, there's no way in hell you'd get inside that thing.
Look up MRI without the plastic, and it shows you what is happening around you.
God dang.
And I was like, I wish because for me, like I'd want mine see through so I could see the thing spinning super
I
fast.
want
Like,
to see what's going to suck my butt plug out.
I'm like, oh, whoa, this is crazy.
It's like when you see the ceiling fan and you're like, ooh, could I just like dart my hand up in there?
Yeah, here's one. If you're like, look at that.
The videos of them spinning, because they'll turn it on without the plastics, and they're like, "This is what's happening," inside the MRI.
Because it was on my neck, they had to like brace my neck down. So not only is you get that claustrophobic inches from your face, but your neck is strapped in. So like that was horrible.
How many people have? There really should be a channel of secret videos of grown men and women that start crying in those things. Like somebody should secretly film older men and women terrified in those and just release the tapes.
Like, look how scared they are.
My dad was one of those people.
I was got in a lost YouTube hole about videos on YouTube that no longer exist, and it was something called like Happy Slap or something like that, where it was literally just you walk up to strangers and you slap them, and the video was looking at their reactions after you slap them.
Yeah, let's not do that. to
Yeah, no,
people. Yeah,
they
don't hit
obviously
people.
YouTube pulled it, but then I was thinking it's like we just like watching people suffer. That's just a human nature.
Yeah, it is.
There were content, and I'm not sure there probably still is, but about like people like trying other people that are obviously bigger and tougher than they are, like, and then so there'd be like some skinny white nerdy social media
you guys in like a
influencer.
gang area.
Yeah,
I've
and,
seen
and then
those.
you just like openly try or like shoulder check like some big tougher dudes like straight up in their face, and then that's their whole content. It was like, look at me try this giant dude that and then the guy will like and then they'll back down, but it was just that's their content. I'm
And
like,
we give it.
why do you monetize
I
this?
know that it's sometimes a stereotype, but is it actually a thing that like the girlfriend will want their boyfriend to intentionally pick a fight with someone because it turns them on or
I
gets
think
them excited?
Crystal has told Tom before that she likes it when he slaps other men around a little bit.
I know it's different than it's like, hey, this person's bothering me. I need you to stand up for me. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like they're at the bar and the guy will go out of his way to pick a fight in order to like please his lady.
I would say that there are some women that like that.
It's only really relevant when you're defending her honor in some mythical situation that you see in a movie.
You're watching a whore. Let's go outside and fight about it.
Like everybody wants like real fights to be movie fights,
And
it's
they're
never.
not, yeah.
You're just huffing and puffing.
Your pants fall down.
Trying to choke each other, pulling
Or it's
hair.
really sad.
Then you
Or
get
it's
arrested.
really sad where like it's one kick and you fall and you hit your head and you're dead.
Yeah. That's rarer than just you're scratching at each other's face. Like you don't have any idea how to fight. Like you're not a fighter, a trained fighter, and it's just embarrassing for everybody. And cops get called.
You guys have taken a punch before, right? Like a
Yeah.
legitimate punch. Like in
Yeah.
movies, it's always like the guy gets punched, he gets knocked back, and he's like, "All right, man, let's do it
No,
again."
I
I'm
think
like,
it hurts a lot
no,
more than people.
like
it's
that,
terrible.
an actual bare-fisted punch to your face.
Like I'm the type of person where if I hit my head on a cabinet, I'm like, oh my god, I have to go lay down.
And by the way, unless you catch someone off guard, which is a horrible way to punch someone because that's where you kill them,
kill somebody.
where you sucker punch them, knock them out, and then they hit their head on the ground dead. Then if you're ready for a punch, hard to knock someone out. Unless you're a trained fighter, you're just gonna be slap happy, punching each other weak punches in the face. Like I'm saying, it's never going to be like you imagine it. And then at the end, you're never going to be glad you did it, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
never going to be like, I'm glad that I fought this guy at Applebee's.
I'm sure
no
you guys
one has
talked about
ever
it.
said that.
But
No
there
one
was
has ever
one
said
where
And your wife is not going.
it was a fight, and one of the dudes was like morbidly obese, and then his pants started falling down.
I love those fights.
And then he like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, like stumbled backwards for a few steps before he actually fell. Those are good
anybody
ones.
whose pants falls down, I'll watch the video. That's just the rule.
People are prepared for fighting. You're never going to get in a fight. Like if you're at a certain age and you're at a certain situation in your life,
shouldn't be getting into a fight.
maybe you're never going to. I don't know anybody personally that's gotten into a fight after the age of 25 or whatever. A physical fight with someone stranger or whatever, it just doesn't happen.
I mean, I literally just told you a story of two dudes that
Yeah,
were
but
fighting.
I've
But
seen
he doesn't
fights.
listen to anything you say.
Did you know them? I don't know. I'm saying like, do you
Oh,
know?
so you're going with
I've
the Mitch
seen the fight.
Hedberg AIDS test. Oh, do you know someone with AIDS? No. Okay, good, because you know me.
Yeah. Like, and now this doesn't
Is this
count.
the opposite of Miami Friend syndrome?
If you,
I don't know. That's a great question.
if you live in certain areas, you'll see more fights. If you if you go to certain, like, let's say,
Certain areas of town or clubs.
if your hobby's car racing, you'll see more fights. So, like, if your hobby
Yeah.
is fighting, those fighters like to fight.
When I was working at the arena, UFC was there, and there were like 8 fights on the fight card. There were 10 fights in either the stands or the concourse. There were more fights happening in the audience than there were on the actual fight card of USC.
Because that causes it to happen more.
Yeah.
Well,
because
it's the bros with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Ed Hardy shirts.
I think it
and-
fuels it up. Yeah. Like it's just like football. I mean, go to Philly, sit in the stands in Philly, and
Jeez.
you're gonna get in a fight there probably.
But we're seeing them all online, and that
Yeah.
tricks our brain into thinking it happens more than it
That's
does.
what I think it is, and people are also, because it gets because it does get eyes, I do think there are a series of people that go into it looking for that. So
We've been putting on events for more than a decade, almost 15 years now. We've had
we've ever had a fight.
We've had hundreds of thousands of people at this point through 15 years in places at a time. Never been a fight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I can't think of one.
Never been a fight at our event, and you think there'd be one if it was that.
Just one guy getting shot a week later.
That's different.
Yeah. But I thought that was cool.
I'll put that in the car racing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Kenny, you got any drone races or
plug
anything
some
coming
stuff,
up?
my man.
No, I don't have anything to plug.
No more moves?
No, moves have been done for a while.
I thought it maybe came back.
We were still beating the dead move.
Yay. No, drone racing, it's been postponed a bit just because of some contractual stuff with the venue, but I'll let you know when it's back up.
So you got no job right now?
Oh, I'm still producing corporate events. Don't you worry.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. All right.
Doing the boring stuff.
My man, good to see you as always. Thanks for being here. Guys, we will see you tomorrow.
Perfect.
All right. We got to go to lunch. I just looked at the time. I'm like, uh-oh.
You guys got a lunch date?
Yeah.
Just a meeting real quick.
Yeah. That is Thursday?
Thursday, 1 and 2.
Gotcha. Thanks for coming in, man.
No, thanks for having me, guys.
Always. 30, 25, audio.
It's a random quarter sitting just like on the book
You can
here.
have it if you want it.
I-
It's been there.
Just weird, like
Take it.
who leaves a quarter?
I think Ross did. Because he was being Ram Davesy one time.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. I still have his torn up dollar bill from the Shark Tank thing that he did.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, we will be back.